Hello. Here's my project I've gone for my basic game thing so far. So for my few items I've gone right now, first of all, I made two unique damage types, two unique projectiles. First is that cannonball that does about two damage, and a second one which is a grenade that lobs forward and explodes into a radius, which which is supposed to deal about five damage. But while I have gone the ability for it to like explode on impact and create a radius, I'm struggling a bit to get the actual damage to happen, which I'm pretty sure I could get done if I didn't procrastinate a bit, and I could so I could have gotten it done like within like probably another hour or so if I gave myself the time. But that's about that's just what happens. So yeah, there's that grenade and the cannonball that it's not affected by gravity, so it goes onwards. Uh, More importantly, what I should have gone over is all these purple spheres that are moving around. They're supposed to be wrecking balls that are moving in random directions and hurt the player on impact when we come into contact with them. They just they they go off of a timer just every like about every 4 seconds, I believe it was, or five. They change direct, like they randomly choose a number, and that number corresponds to either up, down, left, or right. Uh, they're going a bit slow because it seemed to be that whenever I had them at any higher speed, they'd manage to always just clip through the walls of the trying to keep them inside. I think even some of them can still clip out, but I haven't seen them really do that. On top of that, there is that red cube right there, which is a health pack, which I'll. So with player two, damaging player one, 8, 6, and when I go over to the health pack, it heals me for about 5, I believe, health. And yeah, it does like 5 health healing. And I have it set so that it only heals you up to 10. If it goes above that, it'll just reset it back down to that. So your max health is going to be kept at 10 regardless of how many health packs I choose to spawn around. Going into the project view, I modified the projectile script to accomplish this, where I created a public enum for the ball damage and the grenade damage. Uh, so so that instead on this time here, if it collides with the player and it's set to ball, then it'll go then it'll do that. And if it's set to grenade, it should instant as you can see, it played the explosion, and it should also show the play the effects. This is the effects, and then spawn the explosion with say sphere collider over here. So and then that sphere collider and then like a non-trigger enter because it's meant to be a trigger. So like on enter, if the player's inside, then it should deal damage if the player's within the radius of explosion. But it doesn't seem to be work. I haven't gotten it to work completely, but it's pretty close right now. And then those wrecking balls, I have it named as spike movement because I was intending to make it like pyramids, but I could not find those in the 3D objects, so I just so then I just renamed it to a wrecking ball, so that the name at least still made sense with it's a dangerous object, but even though it's a sphere. And here we have the health pack, similar to the I basically just made the new one. I basically just copy and pasted over the deal damage thing that we had going on, where instead let's say it's stored here, and then it calls the like when the player interacts with the health pack, it just it calls the function in it calls the function in the input behavior for the healing, it passes the healing value, and then destroys that health pack. Like, so it's been collected. I was using this trigger interaction to try and get the grenade explosion working. But again, I'll have to complete that a bit later. And yeah, it seems that's about it. Let me show the sphere damaging the player. See, 3 damage, another 3 damage on enter. It deals, it hits, so that it's like you're getting hit by it, but touching it isn't gonna keep hurting you unless you keep bashing into it. And yeah, that's about what I got done. We